I actually started my business before joining ESS. I started in 2023 March, and in the beginning it was super hard to scale it because I didn't have the cash to run ads. It was like a snail was moving. And at like 60K a month, I joined ESS. From there, it took 6 months to get from 60K to 300K. Like I had a business before I joined there, and with the right guidance, in 1 year we were like able to go from 60K to 2 million in a month.
Antti,
John?
we have a new guest today, as you can see. Do you know this guest?
Yes, we met him in the mastermind that we been. He did a really good presentation, so we got interested to him. We wanted to know more about him and his business and his thoughts, and he's together with us in the podcast. So thank you, Topi, for coming.
Hey guys, thank you for having me. My name is Topi. I'm from Finland. I'm 28 years old, and I run a D2C e-commerce brand in the health niche.
Yeah, and I really liked your presentation and what you said. It's something that I shared with in a previous episode with our followers, because it was really to the point. And I really liked that. It really amazed me how fast you work. So the time of implementation, it was something that it was it appeared on the presentation. It showed that you work fast, but actually in our conversation, the questions that we asked, I really understood that. But some that I can point out later on. So tell us more about the case study and what you actually did and what you actually presented on the Elite Mastermind.
Yeah, so our business scaled from this year. In January, we are at 300K, and in the beginning of the June, we did like 1.6 million revenue. So I showed that in the case study, and then I just showed the exact steps, what I pinpointed, what really helped us scale so fast. That was pretty much it. I tried to be as honest as possible and really did some deep thinking in our business, what really moved the needle.
Okay, and if you can summarize in one point, what would you think it was the turning point that actually made you do that? I can assume it's not one thing. There are many things that stack up one another, but for you and for your personality, what was the one thing that actually helped you grow like this?
So if you really need to put it in one point, it must be the right guidance and the right environment for sure. Because all this happened, we visited Miami in some mastermind, and when we came from there, everything just started skyrocketing.
Okay, that's great. So you started your company inside the Elite Mastermind, with Alex, or you had the company and then you joined ESS, for example? How it worked? What is the history?
Yeah, so I actually started my business before joining ESS. I started in 2023 March. And in the beginning, it was super hard to scale it because I didn't have the cash to run ads. It was like a snail was moving. And at like 60K a month, I joined the ESS. And from there, it took 6 months to get from 60K to 300K. And then the next 6 months, 5 months, then we went until in the end of the summer, 2 million. So I had the fun, I had a business before I joined there, and with the right guidance, in 1 year we were able to go from 60K to 2 million in a month.
Okay, and for the people that may don't know, describe us your business, because many of them we haven't referred that it's an e-commerce business. What sector are you in, and what do you do?
Sure. So it's a pretty simple e-commerce business. We're in the health niche. We do VSLs, run them on different channels. We manufacture our products and ship them directly to the customers. And yeah, it's a D2C e-commerce business in a very simple way.
Yes, and
Okay.
right now you are doing these numbers like in Europe, right? I think you mentioned us like your main market is like your driving market is like Germany, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because many people have a limited belief like these kind of numbers you cannot make them like in Europe, like even if in countries like Germany and France. So it's something that you are experiencing and you have done it. So did you have limited beliefs also on this, or?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, but then you can even in Finland, it's a very small country, 5 million people, and you can do over 20K days. So if you can really make people happy, because in these smaller countries and in Europe, we don't have Amazon presence. So if you can actually make people happy, have a great product, and you have very efficient marketing, you can do things in a different way than others. Definitely, it's possible. And Germany, yeah, it's a huge country in perspective of the Nordic countries or even Greek. So in Germany, especially, it's very doable.
Yes, yes, that's great. And like, how is right now your day to day inside the business? What, because right now you have a big team. You said you have like people that are running your ads, people that are creating your ads. So what is like your main things that you are doing in the business, and what was like before doing like 2 million that you are right now?
Yeah, so yeah, first of all, you brought in my team. So it's not that I'm scaling the business. We are working with amazing people, and they are driving the growth. And previously, my job, so whole last year, I was mostly studying and learning how to create VSLs. I created a quite together with my partner, kind of efficient way to do first do the research, write the VSLs, and then how to actually get them produced, because that's a bottleneck for many businesses, how to multiply the production. And right now it's more I'm very much involved into the hiring during the last interviews, and just like doing the right things that the business is moving forward into the right direction, I would say, trying to keep the whole package because when you scale really fast also everything's super messy. But if you can have the vision, where are we going, you're able to communicate the vision to your team and show them that all the time we are improving something and something new is coming that is also helping them in their areas. It, yeah, it's messy, but it can be really smooth also.
Okay.
Yeah. I really like to ask more about VSLs and how do you produce them and how do you test them, because it's a big issue, and for people like it's a hot topic, I guess, like it's something that works.
I think we can mention what is like VSLs, because maybe some people they don't know what is VSLs. So for people that they don't know, VSLs stands for video sales letters. So these were introduced, let's say, long time, but I learned from Branson, from the guy that has created like ClickFunnels, and people were putting them inside the landing page. So it's like 5 to 10 minutes video where you present and you sell the product and you convince the customer to buy. And right now that it's a new wave where they are putting the videos inside the ad. So people are watching like 5 to 10 minutes ads and they are going to the landing page. So it's working really well for many people, also for Topi. Also we have a friend who is doing right now 500K per month just with VSLs. So it's really strong competitive advantage for e-commerce businesses right now. So yeah, that's just for the people that they don't. I wanted to mention this. So you can move on, John, with your question.
Yeah. And the main question that I had around VSLs, and then we can hop back to the other conversation, is like because we have some clients that we do like mainly UGC for other clients and for my e-commerce business as well. We do UGCs and static images. We really focus on static images because like we have like the experience around that. With VSLs, it's something that I think it's new. It's new in my mind, selling an e-commerce product through VSL. I don't know if it's something that existed a long time ago. I don't think so. Yeah, and I want you to tell me what is the process of you producing actually VSLs, because I don't think it's easy. It sounds hard.
Yeah, I don't think VSL is a new thing, but this new style, what we are also doing, running them directly on a Facebook feed. I think that's something that came popular maybe a few years back. And the process is quite simple. So first you got to do research. In the VSL, they are usually very educative. They would educate why are you experiencing this and that issue, why other solutions are not working, and why this exact solution would work, and then you would introduce the product. And you would first do research until you have like a complete idea in your mind. This is the story, and this is the claim I'm going to do. And once you have that in a very simple way, that you can explain it in a few sentences for someone, this is my idea, then you would write the script. A very easy way to write the script is just to break down like a big VSLs you would find online that are working right now. You would rewrite them with your research and your idea. So now you have a very complete proven structure. Then you would put it in some kind of, we created this Notion, like a Notion thing where it's like a caption and then there is footage, like identify footage needed. So then you would identify what footage you would need. You would then create or order that footage from your creators, actors, whatever. You can also film a lot on your own or find stock footage. And then you simply send that a brief for a video editor. It takes a couple of days, usually them to edit it, and boom, now you have a VSL. That's in that summarized version how to create it.
Okay, that sounds really good. Like you have a process in place, but I'm a guy that I like shortcuts. Whenever you tell me, okay, you need to create like a 20 minute like script, I'm saying, okay, let's find a way to shortcut that. For example, ChatGPT. Let's say I take one VSL that's working and I throw it, like I transcribe it, throw it in ChatGPT and say, okay, this is a hair oil product, for example, make it for a teeth product, and recreate a VSL. Would that work? Have you tried that? Do you use AI at all?
Well, our copywriter, who is much better writing them than me, I have quite good track record making them working, but then we started working with someone who is even much better. He's using a lot of ChatGPT to write parts of the video, like 80% you can do with AI. And then he's also creating, before he starts doing anything, he's feeding ChatGPT with like copywriting books, some other data, information about the customer you have in mind, who you want to target. And he's creating a customer avatar with ChatGPT. And then he's writing, I would say 80% of the script with AI, and then by hand tweaking it. I think the part which is called mechanism in the video, which is like the connecting dot that should really get people over the edge, I think that part you would always want to write with hand. However, you can ask ChatGPT. I personally, when I had like some, because I'm not a doctor, so when I would find some scientific papers and come up with some kind of mechanism on the video, I would ask ChatGPT a lot to simplify it for me until I have something that makes so much sense, kind of like a child would understand it. So we use, and you can use, a lot of ChatGPT in the process.
Yeah. Like someone that is gonna follow the process that you just said, just to import like all this information for the customer avatar, is like 80% above the competition. So just this that you said, because many people don't do even this. Many people don't even use like ChatGPT right now. So I think it's a really good tip that you gave here. So to import actually and to create your customer avatar inside, and then to create like the copywriting, either for the VSL, either for your landing page, or like the copy inside the Facebook ad.
For sure.
Yeah, and for the people that don't know, like the mechanism, can you give me an example of a mechanism so they can really understand what is really important for the VSL to not be written by ChatGPT, because many people confuse that and think that ChatGPT can do everything.
Yeah, for sure. So if you come from let's say you are in skincare niche, right? And let's say you have a collagen, it's like a huge trend there. And the mechanism would be in some of the products at least. And obviously you need to you need to stay truthful, all right? But usually it's tied in the ingredients, and you would explain them your old collagen product is not working because even it consists collagen, it's not penetrating your skin. And for collagen to work, it needs this one additional ingredient, which is helping the other ingredients penetrate the XYZ layer on your skin, and then the collagen can actually work. That is like an example of a mechanism a lot of skincare brands are using, and it's working over and over again.
Okay, that's really like I can understand that. It's something that it is the reason that you transition to the sale, like why this is the solution to your product, like what is the solution to your problem, because this is the main thing that you do with the VSLs. So yeah, I really like that. And another thing that I would like to ask is, because I have, apart from the agency that we run, I have a phone case business that we print on demand. Like we have a factory here in Greece that we print phone cases with. And because we really focus on UGC and on static images, as I told you, this is the main mechanism that we use to sell. And I was wondering, like, can you find a way for a product that's not health related? Because I assume, like, whenever I hear VSL and whenever I read a VSL, it's always about a problem-solving product around the health niche. So for a problem that is not in the health niche, as for example phone cases, can you write a VSL? Would that work? What do you think about that?
I think it can work. There is the jewelry brand Pura Vida, I think it's called. If I'm not mistaken, they are running VSLs. So if you can come up with some kind of story, just like that makes people watch the video, and then you would transition that into selling your product, that could work. However, it's not very common. I don't see it happening a lot. Personally, if I would need to sell a phone case with a VSL, well, I would try to find has someone else done something similar with it before, and if I can find proof of evidence it's going to work, then I'm very confident I'm gonna make it work with this one. But if I cannot find proof of evidence, yeah, then it's a little bit harder. Then I wouldn't be so confident about it.
Yeah. And what you said about the proof of evidence, it's something that it stuck with me with the Elite Mastermind, because when you see all this kind of people, this works in all aspects of life. If you see something working, then you are confident, okay, I can do that. If you don't see it, then you don't have the incentive or the drive to try. That's why for the VSL, for example, it was the same thing. You see it working for other business, and you made it work for you. And that's why I'm insisting people to actually see around and actually talk to people that have done stuff, so they can see that it's possible to make like 20K per month. Like, it's possible. You can do it. You can do even more.
Yeah, for sure. The proof of evidence for me, as you say, it applies in everything. So, for example, if I want to hire a very good person, let's say we want to hire a copywriter. And this is where we went wrong a lot of times before hiring. So we'd hire someone, and they have very good intentions, and they are saying they are confident they can do this. But if they don't have the track record, in other words, proof of evidence, they've actually done this. For example, taken your company from 7 figures a year to 8 figures, then it's very risky hire. So it's obviously a great to test new and give people chances and this and that. But for me, when I'm moving in business and overall in life, if I want to make the best bet that this is going to work, which allows me to move very fast, because the faster you can solve issues and crack new things, the faster you can move. So I always try to look for evidence that someone else has done this, right? Even if you hire a person, do they have a track record of doing what I want to do? Can I apply this kind of video for this kind of product? Yeah, this is what I always look for. And I think what happened in January, also when we went into a mastermind at 300K a month, and then we realized that we're like one of the smallest fishes in the sea in this room, and then we see all this evidence that these other people are making millions per month. So it just gives you so much confidence, like this is actually possible, and it also humbles you, and that's why you then go home and work like crazy and move fast, if that makes sense.
Yeah, make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
we actually like experienced it like firsthand. Like we felt like we learned so much in the mastermind, and we were thinking we were really good, but there is like levels and levels above. So yeah. Now I wanted like something that John. Do you want to go there, John? Something that you liked a lot about blocking time for the right activities that Topi mentioned, and it was really, and it helped you a lot. This I want to ask, like, how do you determine like what those activities are, and how has that focus shifted as you scaled?
Yeah, it's a very good question, I think you should have always someone guiding you, someone who is few steps ahead of you, and then they can give opinion where you should focus. So, for example, when we got someone, who was mentoring us, told us, guys, you just, if you keep writing copy and become really good at it, you're gonna scale. And then we just blocked like the first half of the day. Don't talk to anyone, just write copy. And we did this for like 2 months. And then the business scaled actually very fast. But then it changes. Then you bring in someone who is much better than you in doing this. And this is what you want to do always. Get good at something and bring someone even better than you, in my opinion. And lately, it's not always so clear where you should focus right now. Because you can also be like, sometimes you can do things and you can do them very well, but it's also blocking the business to grow. So for example, I don't think it's best use of my time right now to just sit every day 6 hours writing copy. It can even harm the business. So right now we just try to consult again people ahead of us and to understand where should we put our time. And it's not so clear. You just gotta navigate it, ask opinions, and then just use your brain, figure it out. And it can be something as simple as solving some bottleneck or finding help for something or figuring out what are the next steps. And you just gotta block time for that for each day before you actually do so much anything else. And usually those days that we are able to do, we call it deep work, before you open Slack and WhatsApp. Those days are very productive. But let's say you skip that part and you just attend to calls and you have a lot of Slack messages, you're not so much moving the business forward, in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's something that can definitely like help you scale, because like you are not working in the business, you are working on the business, and that's the main thing that you need to do in order to scale. And like not to do like business as usual, just like putting like out fires. So like I want to go, there are two directions that I want to go. The first thing that I would like to ask is around the copy and the copywriting. Like you teach about VSLs on the ESS, we talked about that. You really know how to write VSLs as you scaled your business by you doing actually the copywriting. How it felt for you to actually change that and leave someone else to do this work for you? Because to me, it would be really hard to do. Like I want to be on top of the copy, like especially with the static images in the clients that we work with. I want to be on the copy at all times. I want to work on it myself because this is where I feel confident. So how did you make the switch?
Yeah, again, a very good question. So first of all, I tried to do it a long time. I tried to get my hands off from it, and I would hire people that are not as good as me. Maybe they were better, but they didn't have the track record of doing what we're doing. And they would send me a copy, and I just look at the copy, and I didn't understand the big idea of the piece of copy, and it completely changed when we just like paid 5 times more that we used to pay for the person we tried to do this role. And in the beginning, it's just like a mindset shift. You just go in the beginning. We tried to hire people to replace me in this process that are affordable. They are not the cheapest, but affordable. And then we just went for the best one.
Yeah,
exactly. We went for the best one, and it's completely different experience. You just read the copy and you are amazed how much it's even so much better than yours when you look at it, and it comes really much faster. And then also my business partner. So I taught him, me and the senior copywriter who we hired, we taught him how to write copy, and I was just like, he would send a lot of copy to me, and day by day would get a lot better. So I was just very confident, like I can stop doing this, and things are keeping scaling. And now both of the guys who are writing for us, the senior copywriter and my business partner, who is also now trying to get his hand a little bit away from it. Yeah, they're just, after one and another, they're writing winning campaigns. Yeah, did this answer your question?
Yeah, of course. Like, and how much do you pay him? Can you share that?
We pay over 5 figures a month, for sure.
Okay, yeah, that's
that's a lot.
It's good for people to understand, like when you are reaching this level, like you have to pay the right people the right amount of money in order like to attract them, because the best ones, in order to come, you have to like to pay them. They are not gonna come otherwise. So yeah, right now, like in your team, do you have like also you are not running right now your ads, right? You have a media buyers, right? Or an agency.
For sure.
You have an agency, like freelance media buyers.
We have a media buyers. We have 2 media buyers for Facebook, 1 for Google, and 1 for native traffic, and not an agency. All of the people are in-house.
Okay. But also like the amount that you pay also there is like high because you have hired people that have already scaled the ads in the past. You didn't come and teach them also like this part, as you said, because right?
Yeah. So these roles are easier to hire because you can tie the most of the pay for commission, right? So there is not so much risk involved. And I also want to touch a little, like when you hire for a person like copywriter and they come from a very big companies and they know their value, it's not only money what they want. They really want to come into good environment when they're not micromanaged. And we've invested quite a bit in aiming to build a good culture. We took our team, we took them actually to Budapest. We took them before that to Portugal. We took even the people who we work with in Philippines. We wanted to be different in some way, so we took them for a vacation. We aim to offer healthcare where it's not, for example, here in Nordics, everyone has free healthcare, but that's not the case everywhere in the world. So we really aim to be different even on the back end, and that I think attracts better people to work with you.
Yeah, and those people are in-house. They don't work in other projects. They are freelancers. They don't work in other projects. They just work for you.
So that is something I think you cannot control. If you find out a person has 2 full-time jobs, that is not something what we want. We aim to be clear about this also in the interview process. But if you have very high-level people working with you, they will get reached out all the time by other people. And you cannot really control if they're working with someone else doing some projects or something. And I think as long as it's not interrupting work with you, it's all right. And I think just very honest and clear communication with them is the key. So it for sure has happened that someone has poached our people, or we have found out they have some other project with someone, then I think the key is to hop in a call with them and ask, like, what's going on here? Is this something we should be worried about? Yeah, I don't have an exact answer for that, but for sure that is that's the reality when you have a good people.
Yes. So because we are you are talking about your team, and you said us like what you are doing for them, and it's really great that you take care of these parts, because this way you incentivize them more. So when you are hiring, like, what qualities are you looking, despite like being good in copywriting? Are you looking for any other qualities when you hire, because you want to build a strong team, as I understand?
For sure.
Only individuals.
I think the most important thing is that it's like a cultural fit, in a sense that with some interviews you just get this feeling like this person is going to bring in trouble in some way. So if you get that feeling, most likely it's not going to be a good hire, and we're not going to do it. Then next things are, you want them to have track record of getting their own businesses where you want to go. That's, I think, super important. And they are better in a way. They're better than you in what they do. So I think I got this from Alex from OC, but I try to ask at least one question that reveals me, like something in my mind. Like, let's say you're hiring a customer service manager or something. Ask them at least one question that is in your mind about this role that you don't know. And if they can teach you something new, I think that is a very good sign. Yeah.
Yeah.
And about hiring, because something that we talk about, and I want to close the conversation, is something that you said that really stuck with me about hiring. It was like you said that if you have an idea, like an assumption that I should fire this person, you should definitely fire this person immediately. Like, you shouldn't actually think about it. If you have the idea of it, then he should go. Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, so if you get a feeling you should fire a person, in my experience is most likely it's gonna be true. So for example, we had in this one department like 2 people in our mind that we should fire, and we kept thinking for weeks and weeks before actually doing it. And when it happened, we didn't work with them anymore. Nothing bad at least happened in the department. Actually, it's working better. It's less complexity. So yeah, for sure, I think a good rule of thumb is that when you feel like things are not gonna work out with this person, you shouldn't keep them around, because then you're just kind of like procrastinating at this thing. But also, I think you need to use a little bit common sense here. At least, because when you have too many fires also put down at the same time, I think you can get very far with this by just using common sense.
Yeah, but your common sense is different than most people's common sense. I must say that. Like, it's a good rule of thumb for you, but not for many people. I can assure you that.
Oh, really? I actually thought everyone, I really thought this is like a common rule. But the people who we want, like most of our team, like 90% or I never had a thought I don't want to work with this person or we should fire them. There was every week there is like something you need to solve, you need to clarify, but it's normal, and issues will always arise. But when you get the idea of we maybe outgrew this person, or he's not willing to change and grow with the company, I think if you get this idea, I think then it's most likely true. That is my experience.
Yeah, it's definitely this is the case, and I completely agree with you. Right now that we have talked about like the hiring process and how do you hire, it's something that stuck in my mind. Like for an e-commerce business, for an info product to scale, yeah, it's something that you can scale. Like if you have people. For you to actually write and hire media buyers and then hire designers, then you can make that jump and scale. But with e-commerce, you need all that, and you need actually cash flow for you to actually bring the products and produce the products. How did you manage to scale so fast? Because this is something that it hasn't been covered in the Elite Mastermind and in the questions that people ask you. So how did you manage to do that?
So we had an experience. We hired a COO who had an experience of scaling business over like from few hundred K to few millions per month. So she knew exactly what to do, how to prevent the cash flow issues. So we would do like weekly predictions, calculate the cash, and think about is there a possibility that we are going to run out? And then you can do a lot of things. You can apply a credit line with Facebook. You can apply a credit line with Google. You can apply a credit line with your suppliers. Native platforms, they almost in default give you credit lines. So you just apply as much as you can. Definitely it helped us for traveling to China to meet some of our factories and suppliers. And yeah, I think the prediction is the key, and then doing preventative actions to overcome those issues before they even happened.
Yeah, but all those things is something that you are very young. How you managed to do to be an expert at hiring, be an expert at copywriting. So how do you manage to learn all of those things at this young age? What is the process? How do you manage to do that?
If you think I'm young, well, my business partner is like 7 years younger than me. He's just over 20. I think the key is to be very coachable and then do rapid action. So I think most of us, and even for us right now, I knew what I need to do next. Just how fast you do it and how much you can take feedback. You just gotta detach all emotions. When someone gives you, they tell you what to do, even if you don't know what to do, just go for it and execute, and you're gonna figure it out. So I don't claim as during the process I always feel I'm in full control of this. But you just do. You wake up next day, you execute. You wake up next day, you execute, and ask feedback, and then looking back, then you understand what you actually did. But as of the moment, you don't always understand what you're doing right now. If you are coachable and take feedback, just also gotta be willing to take risks. So sometimes there's a lot of risk involved, but then you just think what things can go wrong and be brave and do it, I think.
Yeah, okay, good. I wanted on this because we have clients that they are doing, for example, right now 100K per month. The profits are really good, but it's we are stagnant, we are stable, and I see they don't want to lose what they have. For example, they are doing 100K with 40% margins, let's say, on e-commerce. We run the ads and we are saying to them, you have to do some things in order to scale, and you have like to be willing to take the risk to invest more in the ads, for example, not just increase the budget, but after you've done your research and like do more creatives, hitting different angles, different customer avatars to try to scale, for example. But they are really afraid. What advice you would give to the founders trying to scale, but they are stuck in 100K, 200K per month?
Yeah, I think that's a place where you're very comfortable. You're making some money, but you're not really making any money. I think get in the rooms with people who are far ahead of you, so then you understand you don't actually have that big of a business. And yeah, then for me at least, when I was doing like 100K, like exactly 1 year ago, I was all the time scared I lose what I have right now. But then as I scaled, I completely lost the fear. So even if I would right now, I'll lose everything I have right now. In few months, I'm back. I'm at least a few 100K a month. I'm very confident. That I can bounce back really fast. But I think it comes down that I learned the fundamentals in a way with marketing. I can take a product and scale it. I know what are the steps. So yeah, just get into rooms with guys doing more than you, because 100K is not that much.
Yes, it's exactly what you're saying. Like, you have to surround yourself with people that are doing greater than you, so to feel small and to say, oh, I'm leaving money in the table. Because in this example that I gave, it was really funny because we scaled because I was trying to scale the ads. We're spending like it was early stages back in 3 years ago. We're spending like 5K per month. We were doing great. And we're doing really good. And I was trying to scale, like, this client, he wanted to scale really conservative, like to scale with profits. And as you understand, like, you have to be willing to not be profitable for some period and then to start making money and be profitable. So the way that we scaled, Facebook gave us a 10K credit in the ads. So we spent 10K and we were not really profitable, but he saw like what was actually happened after spending 10K more in the ads. So it was really funny. Because of Facebook giving him 10K ad credit, we managed like to scale the business because he was really scared. We're spending like 7K instead of 5K, and we were losing some profit margin. He was saying, no, scale down. So yeah, it's what you're saying. Like, you have to be in the another rooms to see people what they are doing, and then like to not be scared and to take the next step. So
yeah, I think more you need to be, if you're stagnating, let's say 100K a month, I think it's more dangerous than trying to scale, because if you're doing 100K a month, there will be someone who is coming, taking your product, and they're gonna catch up and go beyond you. I think I at least believe in some sense it's more dangerous to stagnate.
Yes, you are right on this.
And that I want to ask about the mastermind and mentorship, because it was a key point in your presentation and it ties really well right now, because it really helped you see your business in another way. It is something that it happened to you really early, I think, like in a young age. But for other people, it comes at a later stage. For whatever reason, they don't want to invest in this kind of money on actually into mentorships and doing consultation with higher people. So, yeah, tell us more about your experience with mentorship.
Well, for me, it's very obvious. If you want to learn something, if you want to learn how to play piano, you got to find a person who knows how to do that, and they're going to teach you. So it's just so much easier when you have people like that, but they also need to have track record. You need to make sure that they know actually what they're talking. So for me, I studied some people just from like podcasts and YouTube interviews like this. I would find out who are these people mentors, and then I would go after the same mentors. That's what I did. And yeah, they obviously when you're thinking everything's storm, everything's a mess, things are out of control, these people, because they've lived what you're going through right now, they're very calm and they can give you a very good advice. And usually it can be like one sentence advice, and if you just apply that, yeah, you're gonna scale your business.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like what right now that you have set up, like I think that you are in a very good position with your business. Like we have scaled, and right now you are in 2 million per month. I heard, right?
Yes, yeah, 2 million USD.
Okay. And so what's next with your business? Like what's the next steps that you are willing to take right now?
Yeah, it's a good question. Personally, in my mind, is right now becoming even better in leadership, how to manage and work with people. Well, that's obviously always in your mind, but yeah, it's right now very. I'm thinking about it a lot, looking for some resources, and then for us, it's right now diving back into the fundamentals. So fixing the product, making better products, trying to make people happier and happier who actually receive the products. I think these are keys. Fixing the business model. E-commerce, one-time purchase, running ads, it's not the best. It's not the best way to run. So looking at back there, what can we do? Can we add recurring revenue? Yeah, as funny as it sounds, it's actually just going back to the fundamentals and fixing business again from there.
Yeah, and you have a goal, like hitting this amount of money. What is your goal, or expanding to different countries? What is your goal right now?
Yeah, we want to go to the bigger countries for sure. In the United States, I have a goal. We have a goal in our mind. We want to see 5 million months this year before the year ends. And yeah, then we have some long-term goals for sure.
Okay, that's great. And you have done that with a single product or with a variety of products? So what is the product line right now?
It's a variety of products. So we found out that if we just apply our VSLs to other products, it's very often works. So let's say we launched last year and this year together, let's say 10 products, maybe 8 of them took off. Then we came down with the amount of products we're promoting to 3. And right now, we're looking to promote like 3 to 5 products at the same time. We just want to move to the bigger C, because every time we've expanded from a smaller country to a bigger country, the business has scaled after a certain period of learning time. So we just want to do that, have better products and few more offers.
Okay, that's really good. Anything else that you want to share with the world?
I just want to say like what we're doing in this amount, like fast scaling, it's not that hard as it looks like. It's just get hands dirty and get into the rooms where are people that have already done that. You will find out after 1 year. It's not that hard. Anything's possible. Like it's 90% of this is just like breaking beliefs and executing. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, that's great.
We can close with this quote.
Tell.
It was a really good quote from you, Topi. Thank you for this good conversation that we had. I hope like people get some insights from this podcast that we had. Thank you again for coming, for taking the time and sharing what you have learned with us. And I don't know, maybe in some months when you are gonna hit like 5 million, we can come and share more things and more insights about your business and your growth.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
So people,
are
you public? Can people find you somewhere? Because I looked, you don't have any interviews, nothing at all. You are underground. Do you prefer to stay underground, undercover?
There is actually one interview coming with me. I don't have any public social media. I don't have even the Instagram app in my phone. I'm right now very underground. I like this. If someone really wants to talk to me, WhatsApp is the place to reach out to me.
Okay.
Okay, how is he going to find you on WhatsApp? Like, if you don't sell a WhatsApp, they can contact us, and we can vet them, and then ask you as well, and then give your WhatsApp. Okay?
Yeah, if someone, I trust your filtering. If someone wants to get in touch with me, they can get in touch with you guys, and you can do a connection. Maybe later I will go in some way public. For now, I just like to grind.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay,
makes sense.
That works for you. Okay. Anyway, this is the pod. Thank you for coming, and Andy, we'll see each other on another episode. Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right, thank you guys. Bye.